All right, so we're going to talk about the age-old debate of what DAW to choose or what DAW to use. And for those who don't know what a DAW is basically a DAW, which is digital audio workstation. And essentially what that is it's a program that you use to record music, recording music, editing music, mixing, mastering, basically the all-in-one package for music recording and editing. I know there's a bunch of videos on YouTube already that kind of goes over the reasons why you should be picking a certain DAW over others. And based on that, my answer might not be the one that you're specifically looking for. And what that is any of them. Any DAW works for what you're trying to do because they all do the same thing, essentially. But that doesn't mean that you can't go over a few key factors that a DAW comes with that'll help you boil your decision down to one DAW to rule them all. Now, first things first, we got to go over a few key things that's going to help you decide on which DAW to use. First one being price. Now, how much money are you willing to put down to go ahead and purchase your DAW that's going to cover all your needs for recording, mixing, and mastering? The next thing you got to go over is the compatibility between multiple OSs. And what I mean by that is, if you pick a DAW, is it exclusive to Windows or Mac, or is it available on both, which is something I prefer personally? Because you might come to a scenario where you're at home and you're working on your favorite DAW, but it happens to be on Mac OS. But let's just say you go to a friend's house or you go to another studio and they happen to have it on PC. And on paper, it should easily be transferable, the methodology of what you do in that DAW from Mac to PC and vice versa. Another thing to consider is the onboard effects and features that the DAW comes with. Now, yeah, you might have third-party plugins or are planning on investing into third-party plugins, which does work on every single DAW as a third-party plugin. But in my opinion, it's best to use the onboard effects plugins and features that come with the DAW to really maximize the use of the DAW. And definitely in this day and age, most of the onboard effects and plugins are extremely useful, if not just as useful as third-party plugins, which can give you the same results as using the best third-party plugins out there in the market. And the last thing you gotta really consider is the community support between that DAW. Now, I'm happy to report that most of the DAWs have an amazing fan base along with community support, as well as support from the actual developers. So if you're ever stuck in a rut, they're going to easily be able to help you out with answers to your questions via forums or just emailing the company outright. If you have the ability to go ahead and sample a DAW and maybe use a free trial and to see if you like it, go ahead. But the answer is there is no wrong DAW. They all do the same thing. And if it's ever missing a key feature, you can always put a third-party plugin in there. And some that are really good are actually free these days too, so you might not even have to break the bank. Now, I went ahead and Googled what this website thinks is the top 10 DAWs at the moment right now in 2022. And I gotta say, this is a pretty good list to definitely research into. Not that I fully agree with this list, but I mean, my two top favorites are Logic Pro X and Ableton Live 10 or 11 at the moment. Definitely, and when I went to school for recording, we did learn on Pro Tools, and they do say it is still the industry standard, so that's definitely something to look into as well. But definitely look into the features and all the key points that I mentioned earlier with all these DAWs and see if it fits your needs. That being price, compatibility with multiple OSs, onboard effects and features, and community support. Alright guys, hopefully that helps you guys out in picking out your DAW. Again, there is no wrong choice. They're all amazing. In the comments, go ahead and let me know what you guys think is your favorite DAW, and let's have a discussion about it. If you guys like what you guys heard, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out to make more videos in the future. And if you guys have any other ideas that we should make a video on, please let me know in the comments. Alright, cheers.